All right, I'm jumping around here. It's early morning. My voice is nice and deep. And I want to share a discussion that is a really common discussion I have. I'm going to use this workshop deck that we delivered not too long ago. Actually, it's kind of something that we keep delivering and just iterating over time. But as we're working with clients and starting to think about how are they going to deploy autonomous vehicles at their site, especially if we're starting to talk with airports more and more. I think it's really important that we have baseline education. The folks, let's just use the airport example because that's what this workshop is. They have to understand what the technology is, what it can do, what the capabilities are, what the safety systems look like, et cetera, et cetera. We all have to start from a solid foundation of understanding. So we spend the time to educate our clients, and it also allows us to educate them on who are the top suppliers, what are the capabilities, and then also what are the other people doing within the industry, especially within the airport and airline industry globally. But we can also do some cross-referencing of other industries as well. And then we get into their actual strategy development and their plans for piloting and hopefully deploying. And that's the thing I wanted to talk about today. And a common shift that we're actually trying to make is that this is a multi-phase process. You have to start with requirements and benchmarking, which I'm showing here. We have to do a proper supplier assessment. And if we're going to do a pilot on site, we just have to start prepping. And that's the point I really want to make, is that off-site performance verification, which I'm kind of moving my cursor over here, is that too many people want to bring the technology onto their site right away, and that's an expensive proposition. So what we're encouraging and what we work with with our clients is we do off-site performance verification first. Let's make sure that the finalists or the final supplier that we think we're going to work with, let's make sure that they can actually achieve the performance and the requirements that we need before we spend the money to bring them on site. So that's basically the point that I'm trying to make. But I also wanted to show that there's a lot of steps to this. Autonomous vehicles, fleets of robot vehicles, it takes a lot of work, a lot of prep, and a lot of planning to really deploy these things safely. And now that regulations are just starting to come online, we have to do a lot of communication with all of the stakeholders, including the regulators, to make sure they're comfortable with this new technology before they're going to give permission to allow it to start operating in any environment, whether it's a kind of a controlled environment where aircraft are, or even isolated. It's important, right? Safety is the most important thing. And also, so please excuse. Also, you can see you can see my engineering background and the state of my wonderful graphic design, which we're changing. We just hired a fractional chief marketing officer, and she's revamping everything. And that's actually going to be my next video, my next announcement. So hope this was helpful. Have a great day.